Hey everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So I picked this up a couple of hours ago. I have watched it and I had to do a video on it because I was so impressed by its picture quality. I just had to share it with you. So yes, we have got Halloween Kills. So I seen this in the cinema back in October. I've kind of kept very quiet about it. I haven't said a whole lot about it, just for the simple reason there was so many reviews for it out at the time. I just didn't really want to bore anyone with it. So I said to myself, you know what, when I get the 4K Blu Ray, I will share my thoughts on what I thought of the movie. I'm not going to talk about the movie itself too much because, you know, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, and that in case you haven't seen it. So, yes, I went into this movie, my expectations were very low. I grew to like the 2018 Halloween movie. I did not like it at first, if I'm being totally honest. And even now, it would never be in my top 4 Halloween sequels, if I'm being totally honest. And, yeah, this definitely didn't crack it either. It was okay. They had a lot of things wrong with it. So many things wrong with it. I am not going to get into the whole Evil Dies Tonight thing because that's just gotten so boring now. It is ridiculous. Yes, it was a 9 in the movie. They spoke about it too much. That's all I'm saying about it. But there is scenes in this movie that just, wow, I just felt so wrong. But there is scenes as well where I was kind of going, my God, this is just incredible. And a lot of them scenes is when they went back to the original Halloween movie and they showed how they captured Michael Myers on the night of Halloween. And I thought the way that was shot, it looked spectacular. And I would love to see a sequel / prequel of them capturing. I'd love to see a film of that. I thought they'd done it so well. It felt like I was watching, it was like an extended version of the original Halloween. That's how well it was shot. And of course you got a surprise appearance in that scene, which I won't say nothing about. But that was incredible. I loved that. Any scene that they went back, I thought they'd done incredibly well. The scene in the hospital, the mob scene in this, and them chasing Michael Myers, chasing after a fella that was the size of Danny DeVito, and they all thought this was Michael Myers. What a stupid scene. It really was a pathetic scene, and it just dragged out. They managed to get a lot of the original characters back from the original Halloween in this movie, and somehow they managed to underdevelop them. They really did. Bar, what's his name, Tommy Doyle, where they cast, what's his name, Anthony Michael Hall, is that his name? Anthony Michael Hall. And I thought he was okay. I didn't hate him as much as a lot of people didn't like his character out there. His character in this movie, sorry. I didn't mind it too much. I do question whether or not if they did get Paul Rudd back, would his character have been the same that was in this movie? Something telling me it wouldn't have been. But yeah, very underdeveloped characters. Didn't like what they were doing with them in this movie as well. But like I said, it's a real mixed bag. But it's one of them movies that I have to admit, I'm not going to lie, it done enough to get me very excited for Halloween Kills, or Halloween Ends, sorry. So yeah, I'll give them thumbs up with that. There's enough in there to keep me excited. And I'm very much looking forward to Halloween Ends. And to be honest with you, I think when Halloween Ends does come out, and you do watch these 3 films together, I'm sure they'll make a great little trilogy. I really do. But these films, as far as I'm concerned, they'll never be as good as the original Halloween 2 sequel. It never will be. It's impossible. They can never kind of capture what they've done with that movie. And that's okay. I kind of understand that. I'm going into this movie knowing that there is no way that they could ever do that. Now, the other thing I have with this film, problem I have with this movie, now, anyone that's familiar with John Clancy done a video, which I will leave a link in the description below. Do check this video out with John. It was such an incredible movie. But it was just basically his thoughts on the 2018 sequel compared to the original. Now, he said in that, and we spoke about this briefly, he turned around. Now, before I even said anything to him about... before he even told me about that video that he was doing, I told him that I went to see this, and my biggest problem they've done with this movie is they turned Michael Myers into the Terminator. And when he heard me say that, he could not believe it. Because he felt that in 2018, they were turning Laurie Strode into Linda Hamilton's character, Sarah Connor, from Terminator. So he was so surprised to actually hear me say that Michael Myers was like Terminator. And he is right. When you do watch this movie and you do watch Laurie Strode in it, you do get this Sarah Connor feel off her. It's, you know, a real powerhouse woman, which is okay. It is okay, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work as well for Halloween, in my honest opinion. But I do like Laurie Strode in this film, but again, she'll never be the Laurie Strode of the original movie or the sequel. And yeah, I just wanted to put that in. Again, it was just a funny thing between me and John. And again, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Go check out that video. It really is amazing. And anyone that knows John Clancy, the movie collector, you know exactly what you're getting into. It's going to be something special when you see the video. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly take you around this 4K Blu-ray. I'm going to just show you what you get with it, all the features and all that. And then I'll get back to you and I'll talk about the 4K transfer. Right folks, so here we go. So this is the artwork that they opted to use for this release. And it's actually very nice. I do love the... I think the artwork is amazing actually. Now, a lot of people out there that's familiar with my channel will be wondering... why did I buy the standard release of this when there is a steelbook edition out there? And that's a fair comment as well, because I do like buying my steelbooks. But the simple answer to that question is Zavvi brought out a steelbook of it, and I don't like the steelbook of it, if I'm being totally honest. So what I'm doing is Amazon Italy are bringing out a very, very nice steelbook. It's actually very similar to this artwork here, but the only problem is it's not out until March. So I've actually pre-ordered that steelbook. So I opted to get the standard release to go with the other standard release of Halloween 2018. So that's the only reason why I'm not showing a steelbook today. So yeah, that's the artwork in front anyway, and I'll take us around to the spine of it there. And you've got your Halloween kills. And then on the back of it. So as you can see there's a couple of features. You've got an extended scenes, you've also got deleted scenes. Then there's a feature there, Haddonfield opens its wounds. The kill team, Strode family values. You got the 1978 transformations. That's going to be great to watch. You got the power of fear, kill count, and you've also got an audio commentary there as well with Jamie Lee Curtis and David Gordon Green. So yeah, a lot of features on it. I'm actually looking forward to watching. I'm going to probably watch them tonight. And yeah, and I'll probably share my thoughts and maybe some of the features maybe in a later video. So yeah, that is the back artwork anyway, and then I'll open her up and take the slipcase off, and yeah, it's the same as the, of course, with the slipcover. So yeah, so open her up, and you've got your Blu-ray disc, and you have got your 4K disc. So yeah, just a quick take us around, just to give you an idea of what the artwork looks like and some of the features that you do get on it. Right folks, so there you have it. That is the artwork and some of the features that's actually on this release. Now, there is also an extended edition on this as well, but I did not watch it. I watched the theatrical. So I will watch the extended cut in a future viewing. And trust me when I say there will be a future viewing, because I had this feeling that when I got the 4K release of this, I knew I was going to, just like the original 2018, I knew I was going to enjoy it more when I got it home. And one of the reasons to probably why I preferred it on my second viewing is because of this 4K disc. Now, I had a poor cinema showing of this movie when I went to see it. The screen looked very, very fadish. The blacks were very greyed out. They didn't look great at all. There was little to no colour. So when I knocked on this disc, I really could not believe what I was watching. It really was... it's a 4K juggernaut. There you go, a 4K juggernaut. Juggernaut is the word of the day, and I'm saying it about Halloween Kills. Extraordinary. It has a native 4K DI in this as well, which is a huge step up from the 2018 4K disc, because that was just upscaled to 4K. You've got Dolby Vision, you've got HDR, and you've also got Dolby Atmos. So it has got everything that you want when it comes to a 4K release. So I think the first thing I'm going to talk about is the black levels in this, because for a film like this, you need your black levels to be right, and I can tell you now, the black levels are extraordinary. They are inky black, and it adds this beautiful depth to picture. It just gives it this three-dimensional depth, and it just looks extraordinary. You are going to love it. The colours, imagine that, Dolby Vision, colours on a Halloween movie. The colours are amazing. They really are. And when you see some of the blood in this movie, it just has this real kind of, like this crimson red. It just looks extraordinary. But then the scene that really stole the show for me on this 4K release is when you see the scene where Michael Myers comes out of the burning house near the start of the movie. The contrast between the blacks and them flames is it's a next level stuff. I am not kidding you. It's extraordinary. I've never seen such colour. And I always get worried, and I've said this numerous times on some of my videos, that sometimes when you watch 4K releases, and if HDR or Dolby Vision is used very aggressively, that flames can look very anime-ish. Now, I'm happy to report, not the case with this. They are beautifully orange, they are incredibly bright, and they will blind you when you do see them. But the colour is truly, truly amazing. There is a light layer of grey during this movie. Very, very light. And the weird thing is, now I don't know if this is purposely done or is it just me seeing things, but it just seemed a lot more evident when they went back to the original Halloween movie. So back to the night where they captured him. It just seemed like the grain was just a little bit more evident. And to me, that makes a little bit of sense, because it kind of, again, makes it look like the original Halloween movie. And it really, really works. Now, again, it could be me just seeing this, but it just seemed like every time I watched any of the scenes when it went back, it just seemed that grain was there to be seen a little bit more. Now, grain hairs, do not worry. This grain is light. You will barely see it. It's just on them scenes I seem to notice it a bit more. So yes, this film is just the fine detail. Again, it's such a dark movie, but the fine detail is there to be seen everywhere. The facial details look incredible. Clothing textures look absolutely amazing. Shadow detail, absolutely spot on. It is a 4K juggernaut. Simple as. Never thought I'd say that about a Halloween movie. It's got a Dolby Atmos soundtrack. And luckily enough, thankfully, I had a poor viewing experience when it came to the cinema, but thankfully the audio experience was quite decent in the cinema. And I have to admit, they recreated the same sound experience that I got in that cinema at home. Every overhead scene, I actually remembered a lot of overhead scenes when I went to see it in the cinema, and right on cue, whenever a scene happened, bang, it was here on the 4K release as well. The sound is absolutely extraordinary, and a lot of it is to do with John Carpenter's soundtrack in this movie, the music that he done in it. It sounds absolutely amazing. So folks, look, I don't have to tell you this. If you are a fan of this movie, and you're thinking about buying it, get this 4K release. Trust me, you are getting something truly special when it comes to 4K, especially for a film like Halloween Kills. And again, the sound just sounds absolutely amazing, so it's a real winner, thankfully, for when it comes to picture and audio, not so much for the movie itself, but it's still very enjoyable. So that is it, folks, that is it. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and just share your thoughts on what you thought of this movie. I'm very curious to hear what you are going to say. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. So take care, folks, out there, stay safe, bye bye.